that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me, I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like I
ain't. What's going on, family? What's going on? Welcome to the Campaign TV show. Oh, man, this thing is stuck. Welcome, family. It's your brother, King Cam. I'm your host. And tonight, man, we want to talk about what is going on with brother Ye. Oh, my gosh. I went upstairs and forgot the charger, family. I went upstairs and forgot the charger for the computer. So this ain't going to last long until I go get the charger for the computer. All right, so let me go ahead and drop some music real quick. And then from there, we'll be able to move on with the show. But, you know, been dropped from Adidas, dropped from, I think, a CAA, which is, I think, his, like, talent agency or his something like that, family. So you got a lot of all that stuff going on. They just dropping Ye from everything. You know, pretty much anything that he's associated with, they trying to get him off of there. So, man, let's talk about it, man. We'll open up the phone lines. We're going to have y'all call up, be able to give your thoughts and talk about what's going on. Brother been on mad platforms. He been on Piers Morgan. Obviously, you know, he was on Drink Champs where they took down that interview. He was on Tucker Carlson. Might have been on some other ones I haven't checked out yet. But he is definitely on a PR run. And, yeah, family, that's we want to hear your thoughts about it. What's going on? So let me see. Type this in real quick. Get y'all some tunes. So, look, I need y'all to hit that comment section and let us know what city and state that you're tuning in from. Let us know what city and state that you're tuning in from, as well as I need y'all to, the YouTube family, I need you to like, share, and subscribe. I need you to like, share, and subscribe, all right? Like, share, and subscribe, all right? That'll help out tremendously with what we're trying to build on YouTube, all right? All right, so I'm trying to get this song up for y'all to listen to real quick. Brief little song by my brother Ben X. All right, yeah, that's what I want. I got to get a new laptop too, y'all, because this thing is slow. This one, I don't know what happened to it, but, you know, anytime you start letting other people use your stuff, man, bad stuff start happening to it. Don't nobody ever know why. There's never no explanation for any of it. So now my laptop is moving extremely slow. So, but let me do this. All right, come on. There we go. All right, so y'all tap in. While I go get the charger, man, y'all listen to Quit My 9 to 5 by Brother Ben X featuring Young Con the Don. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section.
Brother BNX and Young Con the Don. I said I'm finna go live. Brother BNX and Young Con the Don.
I'm finna go live. Quit my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys. Finna be a vibe. Vibe. They say take a leave, so I went and took a dive. I'm finna go live. quit my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leap, so I went and took a dive. To do for self on my own. Bossed up, got a car and a home, and I did it on my phone. I'ma show you how to get it strong. Get the bag and it don't take long, and you don't need a loan. You don't need a boss or a master. Get the right team and it's faster. This a new chapter. Gotta learn the business in the game. Every day, new money, new change. Adapt to the lane. It ain't about the bread, but the brain. Work hard, play hard, new fame. No more chains. No more chains. I'm finna go live, quit my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leave, so I went and took a dive. I'm finna go live, quit my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leap, so I went and took a dive.
I'm finna go live on IG. Sorry, but a 9 to 5 is not me. I'ma do myself until I die. You already know the vibe when I speak. Do not sleep, cuz in 20 months made 91K. What you doing 40 hours, I can do in one day. With digital real estate that I own, all I need is Wi-Fi and my phone. Get into it, pursue it, I show you how to do it. You got a gift inside you, but you never knew it. Let me put you in the game, I've been a coach. Everything I do is dope, man, I'm finna go
live, quit my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leave, so I went and took a dive. I'm finna go live, quit my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leap, so I went and took a dive. Went and took a
Brother BNX and Young Kinda Done. Brother BNX, and Young Kinda Done.
New allegations about Walker's troubled past.
Whoa.
We don't want to
know nothing about
police that he had been having her house watched.
Police once confiscated a gun from him.
See, that's what I'm saying. My computer's so slow, I can't even stop the ads. All right, we don't want to see nothing about Hirsch. We don't want to see nothing about Big Hirsch. But that's that 9 to 5, man. Shout out to Brother Ben X, Young Con, the Don for that record, man. That's a good joint right there. That one get the vibes going. I'm finna go live, quit my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys. Finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. Why is people goddamn texting me in the middle of the live stream? All right, cool. So now Kanye West. So let me go ahead and pull up something here right here for y'all to be able to check this out. But Yeezy has been dropped based on what the news reports are saying from yet another brand partner, business partner company that he was affiliated with, working with, things like that. And I want to hear your thoughts about it. Please forgive the slowness for the computer, because it's taking 30 years to load up. All right, cool. So let me pull this up. Boom. And then y'all can see it. See, everything is moving slow. I can't stand it. Okay, so Kanye West dropped by Adidas after hateful anti-Semitic comments. Forbes says he's no longer a billionaire. All right, he's no longer a billionaire. Kanye West has been dropped by Adidas following his anti-Semitic comments. Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. The company said in a statement on Tuesday, Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. That's what they said about Ye. That's what they said about Ye. It continues. Oh, my bad. After a thorough review, the company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately in production of Yeezy branded products and stop all payments to Ye and his companies. Adidas will stop the Adidas Yeezy business with immediate effect. Now, you notice that they changed their whole tune when this commentary that Kanye had was directed towards a totally different demographic. Y'all noticed that, right? I know we not the only people that noticed that. When it was anti-black speech, oh, you ain't hear much. You ain't hear too much. You understand me? When it was anti-black rhetoric, you didn't hear nothing about Adidas pulling out. You didn't hear nothing about Balenciaga pulling out. You didn't hear nothing about any other brands or companies associated with Ye that was coming out and terminating their business relationship with the brother. But now, after he says what he says about the other community, no more Adidas, no more Balenciaga, no more this company, no more that company. I wonder why. I'm about to try this whole thing. Oh shoot, you can't hit this thing. Only 32 characters on TikTok. Like that's how many characters you get for the topic. Yo, that's crazy. So we just about to see. Hold on, what my I'm gonna open up the phone lines in a minute, family, so we can get your thoughts. The light's way over there. I'm gonna open up the phone lines in a minute so we can get your thoughts, because I think this is gonna be super cool to have y'all chime in, and to really talk about what's going on, because I find it very interesting. Well, I really don't, but I hope y'all see what's going on here. Hope y'all see what's happening. So let me do this. We're gonna go live on TikTok, see if we can get some of the TikTok family over here to YouTube. We're gonna see if we can get some of the TikTok family over here to YouTube. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in and give y'all thoughts. All right, family. So what I need the YouTube family to do is to like, share, subscribe. That's what I need. I need y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Send this link out to whoever you may know who may be interested in dropping in on this conversation. Let me go ahead and go live on TikTok. This is my first time ever going live on TikTok, bro. See what type of traffic we get. What's going on, TikTok family? What's going on, TikTok family? It's your brother, King Cam. I'm hosting my podcast live right now. And I want to go live because I want to see who else would be interested in having this conversation. Who else is going to be interested in having this conversation? So I want to see who else is going to come in and tap in. What's going on, TikTok family? We live on the podcast right now, the Campaign TV show. And we want to know your thoughts about Ye being dropped from Adidas, or Adidas dropping Ye. We want to know your thoughts about Adidas dropping Ye. So I'm doing a live call-in show on my podcast right now. We got 82 people live on the TikTok. 97 people live on the TikTok live, family. I need you to tap in. I need you to make sure that you are going to all of my social media platforms and making sure you hit that follow button. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. Get over to YouTube now if you want to be a part of the live discussion. Because what we want to talk about tonight, family, is Ye being dropped from Adidas. Right? So they say that Ye is dropped from Adidas and actually lost his billionaire status. Say he actually lost his billionaire status after being dropped from Adidas. So I'm going to read from y'all. I want to read y'all one of the articles. All right, that it says. It says that Kanye West has been dropped by Adidas following his anti-Semitic comments. Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. The company said in a statement on Tuesday, Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. It continued After a thorough review, the company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately in production of Yeezy branded products and stop all payments to Ye and companies. Adidas will stop the Adidas Yeezy business with immediate effect. Now, what y'all notice is, and as I was saying earlier, is that they pulled out all of the stops with Ye when it comes to defending their community. They pulled out, all of the stops with Ye when it comes to defending their community. But as long as Ye was spewing anti-black rhetoric, as long as Ye was saying things that could be deemed anti-black, he was selling out the community. People were saying that he was a sellout and he was an Uncle Tom and he was all of these different things. There was no action. He still had his Adidas contract. He still had his Balenciaga stuff. He still had all of his business relationships. You didn't see no articles about him being dropped from any other partnerships that he had. But as soon as it came to this particular community, family, you see the whole energy shift. They didn't come with the same energy. They didn't keep that same energy when it was anti-black stuff versus what it is today. And I'm trying to watch my language. So if I'm sounding a little crazy, I'm trying to watch my language. So what I want everybody to do is I'm going to give the number in right here so y'all can go ahead and call in. All right. So if you interested in calling up into the show, right, what I need you to do is I need you to take this number down. It's 678-719-2162. I'm going to say it again. The call-in number is 678-719-2162. Everybody over in TikTok, if you want to join this conversation further, then I need you to come on over to YouTube at Brother King Cam. Come over to the YouTube page, and you can call in. The number is 678-719-2162, and I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you. Thank you for putting that into the chat. If you want to be a part of the conversation, I want to hear your thoughts, family. I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear what you got to say about Kanye, about his recent interviews, the things that he's been saying. What do you think the ultimate goal is? What do you think this is going to lead to? Is this a power move? Is this chess moves? I want to hear it all. So again, that number is 678-719-2162. TikTok family, I'm going to see y'all over here on YouTube. Come on over on YouTube. Tap in, all right? Peace to the TikTok family. Dang, we was up on TikTok. Yeah, that was up. 446 people viewed that. So, let's see if we can get some people over here. Boom, 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 boom. I gotta go live more often. Over there. Oh, my bad. All right, so now on YouTube, what else? All right, family. So that's where we at with it right now. That's where Kanye at with it right now. Let me see. Let me make sure my phone is connected. Soundcore, no. Need to go ahead and connect to this road. We won't have no phone action. Let me delete this. Forget that device. Cut that off. And then cut that back on. So, Kanye. All right, so what are your thoughts? Let me see what's happening in the comment section. Let me see what y'all talking about over here, family. Make sure y'all share this out. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and that you are sharing this out to as many people as possible. I wonder why my Bluetooth not connecting. Trying to get my Bluetooth connected, family. So we can get this phone working. Okay, Rodecaster Pro. All right, here we go. All right, boom. So it's connected. All right. So that call-in number is 678-719-2162. That's the call-in number. Let me pull up the article again so y'all can see. For those who do not know what's going on right now, we talking about the Kanye West being released from Adidas. So they already said that they stopping all of the payments that's going to his companies, all of that stuff. So it says Adidas, West's biggest corporate partner, started working with the rapper designer in 2013 to make and distribute items from his Yeezy clothing line. The first product from the collaboration was released in 2015, and sales are estimated to be around $2 billion annually, or 10% of Adidas' total sales, according to Fortune. According to Forbes, with the Adidas deal no longer in place, West loses his spot on his billionaires list. West was estimated to be worth $2 billion, one of his favorite things to brag about. But $1.5 billion was attributed to his partnership with Adidas that is no more. As a result, he's now estimated to be worth $400 million from his music catalog. Real estate, cash, and 5% stake in Skims, ex-wife Kim Kardashian's shapewear brand. A source close to Skims told the outlet West hasn't been involvement with the business since it launched 3 years ago. Kardashian filed for divorce in 2021. West's deal with Adidas was to be in place through 2026.
Unknown caller.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We got somebody calling in. Hold on. We got somebody calling in, family. We got somebody calling in. Oh, hold on, family. Hold up. What's going on, family? Let me know your name and where you calling in from. Oh, they hung up. All right. Hey, call back. Call back, caller. Call back. Whoever that was, call back. Number ending in 9359, call back. Want to get your thoughts on what's going on with Kanye West. I want to get your thoughts on what's going on with Kanye West. So give us a call back. So anyway, they said that his... Okay.
Unknown caller. Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, family. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. All right. Can you say that again? What's your name and where you calling in from?
I go by Vincent, and calling out of H-Town.
Okay, H-Town in the building. Brother Vincent, man, what's your thoughts, bro? What's going on with Ye? What's your thoughts?
I mean, just listening to what you're talking about with Kanye. I mean, I think it was a good move, but listening to Russell Simmons, it's like I tell everybody, when Kanye said what he said, he spoke for the culture. He spoke for everybody, like in the general. Oh, you said something?
Yeah,
Okay.
No, I'm listening.
I think it might be just a little slow delay. I'm gonna try not to pay attention to my TV because
yeah.
You know how that goes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like I said, when he threw that blow, when he said what he had to say, that was a blow for the community. That was a blow. That was a blow. That's throwing a blow, right? And at the end of the day, any fighter, any boxer know that when you throw a blow, you have to also be prepared to counter that blow. You have to be prepared to defend yourself, So I say that to say, I think a lot of people need to tune into Russell as well, because his past 2 interviews, very powerful, and to me they're counters to what Kanye, the blow he just threw, and that blow to me, I think we need to all, I got a shirt that I wear and it says everybody versus racism, and I think that's what Kanye's root is how he really feels. Like, cause just like they asked him, like, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, how do you feel when people feel some type of way towards you or your people, and it don't feel good, right? So we've seen that he and like he said, he don't want to hurt nobody. But I think sometimes when you're dealing with the things that you're dealing with in life, and maybe you're younger and not being guided. Let's be real. This is Kanye West, right?
Right.
You know, this is the dude we've seen that went through everything he went through with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Still going through things, you know, in the public eye. So I say all that to say that we have to understand that he's going through stuff. You know, his marriage, kids being split up. You know what I'm saying? From home being broken, and his life is being put out there in public. You know, it's different when you all of us go through stuff, but when you under the public eye and that scrutiny that he's probably dealing with, it might throw his vibrations off. And it's not an excuse, but like I said, the counter, I think everybody need to tune into the stuff that Russell Simmons is saying right now, because it shows another brother with another perspective that's not too different. You know, if you listen to what he's saying, like he said, great, okay, because Kanye is really straight. Is them dropping him is not like he can't go and create his own, because he's already created his own.
Right, that's a good point.
I think people have to understand that you know, this is what's going on is big. It's bigger than them. It's bigger than just, you know, what we're watching. Everybody needs to be playing their part these days, you know, and I say that, like, you know, I go on YouTube, and YouTube is like the new TV in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I see on the live, I tapped in and, you know, I'm listening to what you're saying. That's where it starts. It starts with us communicating and supporting each other. And, you know, yeah, man, I think, like I said, we need more dialogues like that. You know what I'm saying? To be truthful, because at the end of the day, when we see all of the killings that's going on in the black community, you know, and this is not, you know, not just the black community, it's all across the board at this point. You know, when we see the violence and what's going on, you know, we know that some things need to be spoken on and some things need to be shaken up. You know, we see all of the killings that's going on in the black community, you know, and people have a responsibility, you know, to you know, speak.
Right.
I find myself in the position where a lot of times I can be silent about injustices that I see, but yet that's the worst. You know, that's the worst thing, is to see something wrong and not speak on it. Not, you know what I'm saying, try to bridge. How are we going to change anything if nobody ever addresses that they feel hurt or feel some type of way? So I'm, in a sense, like I said, I'm kind of glad that he spoke up. The fact that he spoke from such a emotional, broken place on a big platform was not healthy, you know, and all of us can learn from this stuff. You know, we can learn from each other's mistakes instead of being so quick to point a finger at somebody, because truth be told, you or me or anybody given in any situation, we might not necessarily handle those situations the way that we expect that we should handle it, or somebody else expects us to handle it. You know, we've all made mistakes. So, you know, I think his mistakes are so much more highlighted because at the end of the day, the spotlight is on him, you know, but at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of what he spoke on is needed to be heard. And we need to be praying for him, you know, because when you know, step into that type of arena of truth, you know, you paint a target on yourself, you know.
No, that's true. That's true.
You know, it's real. You just gotta, you know, and we know what we dealing with, you know, and we not dealing with a color, you know. Hatred is not a color. It's not a race. Hatred is a spirit. It's an energy. You know what I'm saying? You know, we talk about hate all the time in our culture. You know, this person hating on me, that person hating on me. So at the end of the day, it's not a race, but we all work for either God or we're working for the enemy to me. So it's like, it's really no in betweens, but he's made some things blatant, and now he's got to stand on his words, and we just got to pray that he's able to, do what needs to be done. Because truthfully, at the end of the day, if anybody was to come at him, it affects the culture. It still affects all of us. Will be another brother that the culture will witness being taken out, and over, we've seen what happened, Biggie and Tupac, and these are real individuals. We could just keep going down the name of brothers that have lost their life, and that was just on, bases that had nothing to do with something that was like serious. Like the stuff he's dealing with is serious. So we definitely got to keep him in prayer, man. And we definitely got to, try to further the agenda of, positivity. It's not even a race thing. It really isn't, it's a positive versus negative thing,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, brother, for your comments. I appreciate you for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, big dog. Keep doing what you do.
All right, thank you. All right, family. Yeah, man. Brother had a lot of good points. A lot of good points he brought up. The fact of the matter is the powers and the things that Kanye West is dealing with is very, very powerful, very dangerous, right? As we see, they have the ability to stop your bag. They have the ability to stop your bag. And if you're not strong enough, if you're not rooted, if you haven't taken the money that you did make and invest, because think about it now, a lot of these people that's talking about what they should have did, what Kanye should have did, Kanye being quiet, Kanye speaking up, whatever the case may be, most of this is from people. A lot of the noise is coming from a lot of individuals. You know what? No, I'm not even going to say that because that's not true. But you have some individuals who are saying that, Kanye should be quiet. He should have never said nothing. He's an example of what happens when you don't be quiet. From people who have less money than Kanye, right? They're less wealthy than Kanye. So because they don't have that same financial security, then of course they are afraid to say certain things that's going to jeopardize the bag. Well, one thing about it is, obviously from a business standpoint, there are certain things that you don't want to necessarily do to put in harm the business relationship and stop the money. Everybody agrees with that. But this is deeper than that, though. You understand me? What's going on, team? It's deeper than just that, though, because now we're talking about principles. And what do you have as far as your principles? I mean, what are you willing to give up in order to make sure you stay true to yourself? That's one of the biggest things, and the lessons that you have in all of this is, what is it that you're willing to sacrifice for you to stay true to you? One of the things that you don't see today in our culture, in our society, is too many people are afraid to be themselves. There's too many people that are afraid to actually stand on the principles that their parents and their grandparents gave them growing up. Like, we just do anything for a bag. In 2022, 2023 and beyond, we just do anything for a bag. Somebody can say anything to us. We can accept anything to come into our houses through our televisions to influence our children. They can do anything in the school. They can say anything as far as politics is concerned. Like, you don't have any type of morals, no type of principles or anything foundationally that you stand on and say, whoa, wait a second. Now I have to draw a line in the sand because that I'm not going to be able to stand for. I mean, too many people just go for anything. So where does the buck stop? Where do we say that's too much? Or is the climate too politically correct where you can't even speak that's maybe disfavorable to somebody else, that may offend somebody else, and now they're going to take you for everything that you got? Think about that. You gotta think about that. Gotta think about that, family. That's where we at today. You can't even be or say what's on your mind in 2022 because it's too much political correctness, and everybody's too afraid that if they do say something that they're going to take the bag that you got. And this is the beautiful thing about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because the minister don't have this problem. And the reason why the minister don't have this problem is because he's really a true believer in God. And the power that backs him is God. Like, in real life. This is not no spook God. This is not no pie in the sky. This is not some invisible spirit of spook that's flying around somewhere that you can't put a tangible identity to. But this is the real power that has power over all things. That's what the Quran says. Has power over all things. And if the God has power over all things, that means he has power over your circumstances and your condition. And if you believe in him and his messenger, right, then what he promised you will come through. So it's nothing for you to worry about, because there's no power on this planet Earth that's stronger than God himself. Not no Jewish power, not no political power, not the United States of America military power. None of that is stronger than power that Almighty God Allah possesses. So what are we afraid of? Why are we so afraid to speak up? Because they're going to take a bag. They're going to take a funky little designer contract you got. They're going to take a little radio show you have. They're going to stop your little podcast or whatever the case may be. I mean, what you talking about? They can't stop you. They don't really have that juice. They stop you because you are too afraid to stand up and speak up for yourself and use the mind that God gave you as a creative tool to create something out of nothing. We've been doing that since the time of slavery. We've been doing that since the time that we could remember, where we took ideas from our brains and brought them into reality. But the reason why you're not able to do that is because the enemy has damaged your ability to bring your thoughts into reality. He's damaged the mind. He's damaged the mind by feeding it falsehood. And since you eat and feed on falsehood each and every day, it's damaged your ability to be able to bring the ideas out of your mind into reality, family. That's just real talk. That's just real talk. So a lot of y'all just sit around here scared to death. And if the white man ain't give it to you, and if the white man ain't give it to you, it's not valid. And whatever he gave to you is so valid that he has the ability to take it away. I mean, what type of life is that to live? You got a funky little, contract, sneaker deal, sponsorship with some liquor or whatever the case may be. You on Instagram running around talking about how you getting money, how you this, how you that. You a 7-figure person, you a 8-figure nigga, you all of this kind of stuff. And then as soon as you get out of line, as soon as you say something that's really on your mind, as soon as you be your authentic self and slip up and say something real, oh, here they come. They're gonna take your sponsorship away. They're going to take your podcast away. They're going to take your deal away. They're going to kick you off the team. They're going to kick you out of here and put you out of there. Like, man, don't nobody care nothing about that. If you can't be free to speak what's on your mind, then you just a wealthy slave. They're going to pay you millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to walk around here in a mental prison. Then we don't want none of that. We don't want none of that. If you're going to pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars to walk around here in a mental prison to play political correct games with people about my principles and things that I feel that are necessary and need to be said, things that they got going on, do you understand that this government and these policies are attacking our children? Do you know these people who are empowered and not only operate within the Jewish community in Hollywood and media and social media platforms and tech companies and all over these other places, that they have influence as it pertains to your children? Now, the question is, are you going to go along to get along when it comes to your children? What's going on, Sister Felicia? Are you going to go along to get along when it comes to your children? This is something that's heavy. So look, if you want to call in, family, if you want to call in, the number to call in is 678. Hold on, because I don't know about heart. 678-719-2162. If you want to call in and give your thoughts on Kanye, on Ye being dropped from Adidas, or anything when it comes to the Kanye situation, right? Because he's been on multiple platforms. He's been on Drink Champs. He's been on Piers Morgan. He's been on Tucker Carlson. He's been on different platforms. He's been speaking. Kanye's been speaking, and every time he speaks, he's telling you what's on his mind. What are your thoughts about what Kanye has been saying? You can call in. The number is 678. And shout out to the good brother from Houston that tapped in, and just gave us a lot of good game, gave us a lot of good information. Brother gave us his thoughts, talked about perspective, talked about how it's important that the powers that Kanye are actually going against are very dangerous. So we have to make sure that we pay attention to that part, because people think that this stuff is a joke, that this stuff is a some type of theory and it's just about stopping your money. No, That's just the front. That's just the beginning part. That's how it start. They start that way, messing up your reputation, which they've already been doing to Kanye. So this is like over years, right? This is not something that just happened yesterday or whenever he decided to come out in those interviews, like with Tucker Carlson or something like that. But they've been coming after Kanye. So this has been something over a protracted amount of time where they want to diminish your character and diminish your your credibility within the community. So they've been putting out the crazy narrative about Kanye. So when Kanye comes out and says these things, people think that he has mental issues. Now, is Kanye a victim of mental trauma? Absolutely. He's a black man in America. I'm going to always say that every black man in America, every black person in America has mental trauma. I don't care how well you speak. I don't care how you are able to articulate yourself. If you're not going through a process of redemption, which most of us are not going through a process of washing our minds and cleansing our minds of that mental trauma, because the only medication, the only cure for this falsehood and for the evil and for the wickedness and for everything that Satan has put into your mind and caused mental trauma is the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as taught and exemplified by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So if you're not following Farrakhan, if you're not following the teachings, if you don't have Message to the Black Man, How to Eat to Live, Book 1 and 2, Fall of America, Our Savior Has Arrived. If you don't have these monumental books in your library, Closing the Gap. If you don't have this in your library, Holy Quran, Holy Bible. If you don't have that in your library, you're not in the process of healing. You're not in the process of healing from what Satan has put into your mind. And if you're not in the process of healing and you still living, then that means you are constantly being exposed to the wickedness and to the evil that Satan has on these television shows, Netflix series, movies they got coming out, etc., etc. So we all got mental trauma. So Kanye is no different from the rest of us who have been traumatized, right? Brother Dom Nelson said Kanye at war. Brother Dom said Kanye is at war. That's a fact. The media, the mainstream media is at war with real media, real grassroots media, and people who are not afraid to speak the truth for the minds and the hearts of our people. That's a fact. See, Dom Nelson said they want you to stay in line. The entertainment industry has been mental trauma on us. That's a fact. They want you to stay in line. They want you to stay in line. This is why they upset with Kanye, because he's like the Negro who has gotten loose on the plantation, and he is encouraging, if not stopped, he will encourage other Negroes to rise up and join against his oppressor and open enemy in the rebellion effort. This is what you got going on. And in our history, we have the same scenario that plays out all the time, right? You got Denmark Vesey, you got Nat Turner, who led rebellions or had rebellions lined up to happen, and they was the Negroes on the plantation that was rising up against the slave master. And then you had sellout Negroes who worked for or on behalf of master to stop the rebellion. Why? Because things were so sweet on the plantation. See, they was getting a little food from the master's table. Some of them was able to sleep on the inside in the big house. They didn't have to sleep outside with everybody else. They had the opportunity to ride in master car. They was able to get nearness with the slave master, and they thought life was really good. They thought that was the best they could have it. And because they thought that was it, they was not going to let anybody stand in their way or mess up what they had set up with the slave master. I want you to hear me. This is the mindset of the house Negro. So when the house Negro got wind of the field niggas and the field Negroes planning and plotting their escape, because the reality of the field Negro was different from the reality of the house Negro, they was not rocking with master like that. They was not trying to stay on the plantation. They was not trying to stay slaves. They wanted to be free. They knew a little bit of something of what it was like to be free, because the history had been passed down. And they would work on the plantation fields, and they would long for that feeling to be able to go where they want to and do what they want to and be unafraid and be authentically themselves and not have to answer to no one or nobody but God Almighty himself. See, they wanted that feeling, family. So because they wanted that feeling, that led them in their efforts to rebel, their efforts to rise up, their efforts to escape. So they was out there planning. And when the house Negro got wind of them field Negroes planning, he went straight to the master and told. Went straight to the master and snitched. Came among the field Negroes, gathering information, gathering intel, and then taking it back to the master. And ultimately, they would be able to stop what Nat Turner had going on. They would be able to stop Denmark VC. So this is what's going on today in 2022. This is what's going on in 2022. Kanye is like the field Negro. Oh, Kanye was a field Negro. Then he went into the house. He was a house Negro for a little bit. Because I got to be fair. Kanye went into the house a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He hanging out. He met a Kardashian or two while he was in the house. He slept around up in the house. Slept in with the Kardashian. Had a baby and doing all this kind of stuff. But he was really in. Eating at the master's table with the Adidas contract. Eating at the master's table with Balenciaga. Right? He was doing all that stuff. But then Kanye started to look out there and see how the field Negroes was living. Kanye was able to look at the fact that when the field Negroes got in trouble for something, it backfired on him as well. Because the master didn't separate the house Negroes from the field Negroes like that. So when he wanted to, when he was really feeling, when he was feeling like himself, if there was anything that upset the master that a field Negro did, the master would take it out on everybody. Not just the field Negroes or the house Negro. He'd take it out on everybody. Why? Because in his mind, all of y'all slaves. All of y'all slaves. So Ye started to see how they was really treating him. When the field Negroes would mess up, the master would retaliate against the house Negroes too. And when he retaliated against the house Negroes, Ye woke up and said, wait a minute. Well, if I'm a house Negro and I'm still being treated like a field Negro, I might as well just have my freedom. I might as well help the field Negroes to stand up and to rise and to rebel against the master, because this ain't it. Hanging around like Lazarus at the slave master's table is not it. Because all they're going to do is forever feed you crumbs. You understand? Hope that's making sense. So this is the thing that's going on in Kanye's mind. So he done went from field Negro to house Negro, back outside to the field, and now he is working with the field to plan the escape. The great escape is on and popping now. The great escape is on and popping now. Sister Felicia said people still working. That's a fact. Got the agents all up in the movements. Got the house Negroes all up in the communities. All they agent plants, man. They sitting in the Twitter spaces. They sitting in the clubhouse. They pretending to be black power, black liberation. They pretending to be about the people. All of this kind of stuff, family. All of this kind of stuff is happening right now. And they sabotaging movements. They doing intel. They coming around you wired up. And they taking all of that information back to whoever sent them. Taking it back to the alphabet boys. Right? So Sister Felicia on point for that one. People still working. Brother Dom said corporate America, the new fields. And that's it. Slaves to materialism and the fake values of this world. You got all of that going on. So let me see. Who would like to call in? Brother Dom, I want to hear from you, brother. 678-719-2162. I want to hear from you. Sister Felicia, I want to hear from you. I appreciate you in the comment section. Want to hear what you got. 678-719-2162. 678-719-2162. I want to hear from the family. I want to hear your thoughts about Ye being dropped from Adidas. And, you know, what are some of your thoughts? What do you think about that? All right, so that's the number right there. I just showed y'all the number. And more to the point of Kanye being dropped from, you know, all of these different brands and things like that. We really got to evaluate ourselves as a people, because also we have too many people that's divided amongst this whole situation. And if I can find the clip, I'm not going to be able to find the clip. But what I am going to do is I'll have it for the next show. This is not going to be the last time we talk about this. That's for sure. All right, so because Minister Ishmael just taught on this. All right, so West's deal with Adidas was to be in place through 2026, but he has been critical of the German brand for months now, accusing CEO Casper Roasted of copying my ideas for other products. Ray's rants have escalated in recent weeks, and after his White Lives Matter t-shirt stunt at the Yeezy show at Paris Fashion Week on October the 3rd, the company said in a statement that it was reviewing the relationship. However, West went on to spew anti-Semitic remarks and taunt the company.
Unknown caller.
We got somebody calling in, family.
Call from
Alicia.
Sister
to
Felicia.
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
We got Sister Felicia in the building. How you doing,
Hello.
sis? Hey, how are you?
Hi, greetings. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for calling in. What city and state you checking in from?
From Greater Metropolitan Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, you right here in the city.
Yes, sir.
You right here in the
Oh, take my number off there.
No, you in the 18.
Oh, I want my number on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can't nobody see it. We good. We are.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So what are your thoughts?
I haven't really been following Kanye, but from what I'm seeing is that he probably is going to be an example.
What you mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna say this real quick. Let's go back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they always use a black person to show the other. I'm trying to be like politically correct.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to say nigga. They always took a nigga
Right.
and showed them how they was gonna do this one person to teach people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I don't really like follow him, but I just feel in my spirit that they're gonna make an example of him.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I really don't, because I don't really like listen to a lot of different things. I just try to stay in my peaceful area.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't know. I just feel like that they're gonna do him kind of like because I think he had a video or something about how he sold his soul or something way before he got with Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So usually what they do, and this is my opinion, what they usually do is when a person sells out, they'll let them get away with it for a minute like they did OJ. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. I just see this pattern of whenever, and I don't know him personally. I'm just going based on patterns, on what I've seen, how they do when people sell their soul. They'll let that person think that, okay, Mouse, I'll let you play for a minute, but I'm going to eat you up. As soon as, you know what I'm saying, when you, like OJ, when, you know how they did OJ, like he sold his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when they got him where they wanted him, who did he run back to? I ain't trying to talk about him, just looking at the pattern, ran right back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm just seeing this is not the first, it's a lot of patterns. Like, I don't even know if it's Tiger Woods, but I'm just saying, I just see that pattern that it's more like the cat is, grab the mouse and then the mouse, make the mouse think that it's free, but right when the mouse think that it's going to be whatever, I'm just telling you, I know I may not sound like my words are jumbled, but that's just all I say. I just see this pattern of an example being made, how you shouldn't sell your soul, and that this is what happens, when they do. It's just so many people I could really think of on how they do,
Mm-hmm.
But last but not least, because I don't know these people, so I don't really like to speak on people, especially when I haven't spent time with them. But I do look at, I think that every time that somebody has something good to share, like with Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston or the other people, they just tend to let them think that everything is good for a brief minute, and then something happen. But I just pray and ask God to keep all of us and protect us and just keep us safe. So that's all I really got to say because I really don't follow him, but that's all I can say is I just think that I don't know, maybe God don't keep him. I don't know. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. No, thank you, Sister Felicia, for calling in. Certainly appreciate your thoughts, and I mean, you made a lot of beautiful points about this situation. And yeah, there is definitely a pattern of of activity that we able to see from not only Kanye, from other artists and different people, Michael Jackson, Prince, right? Anytime they want to stand up and they want to tell the truth about what has been happening specifically to them, because like Kanye keeps saying to people like Piers Morgan and Chris Cuomo and stuff, like, this is not theory, right? This is not something that I'm making up or I believe is happening. This is something that I know is happening because it's happened to me in my business. It's happened to me in the deals that I have set up. So if I know if it's happened to me, it's happening to other people. So they're speaking from their experience. When you look at Michael Jackson, he was talking about what happened to him at Sony. Prince talked about what happened to him with the label that had Prince signed to him and what they would say and do with Prince. So these people are not talking about things that they don't know or have firsthand experience with, but they literally are talking about things that are happening to them. And you literally have the media trying to tell them that what is happening to you or happened to you is not really happening to you. Now, that anybody telling you that, and I know, Sister Felicia, if something happened to you and then I came behind you and said, now, sis, you know what you saying didn't really happen. You're gonna dig in even further on your point and say, how are you gonna tell me what happened to me when I was there? Like, I was literally there when it was going on. So how are you gonna then come and tell me that I'm crazy? So they usually start with diminishing your character in the court of public opinion. They try to ruin your reputation in the court of public opinion. That's number one. Because if they're able to do that, then they're able to do other things to you. And by the time your image in the public has been tarnished and dragged through the mud, there'll be nobody there to speak up for you and to, say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that to them, or this isn't what we're supposed to be doing, because they tarnished the public image of the person and tarnished their reputation. So I know you wanted to say something else. Go ahead.
Oh, yes, sir. What I wanted to say, too, I'm not into religion, but I am in a positive spirituality. And I am grateful that even in college, we had to read the Bible from the front to back, and I'm still learning the Master's Quran myself. But I want to say this. There is something that I remember growing up, and my mom used to tell me, she said, they always made sure that scripture said, what profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? And I never understood that, but now I understand why we're really, and I'm just saying for me, as a positive spiritual person, I'm supposed to stay quiet, busy, minding my own business. It didn't say I'm supposed to be out there doing entertainment and all that other mess. And I actually find myself being happier, and I'm going to say this one last thing because I love to talk, but I'm going to be respectful. That's why even though I could sing, I chose not to be in that kind of industry because my spirit just never resonated with that stuff. And I guess bottom line is I think with Black people, we were singing in the fields because we were depressed.
That's right.
We were singing in the field so we could be free ourselves. Music was a way of us freeing ourselves. So it was the oppression and the depression that we were singing to make us be freer person, not to make money. So I guess that's pretty much all I have to say is that me personally, I like being quiet, minding my own business, staying out of other people's business and putting God first, middle, and last, because I know He will protect me. And that's all I have to say is that Allah, higher power, He doesn't play, about His word. It's really more, it's all about Him. And that's why whenever anyone, I'm going to say this real quick, like he said, and I'm not into religion, but he said the road to hell. It's going to be many people going to travel on the road to hell, but it's going to be few on the road to true heaven. And that's why, all of this other stuff, I guess maybe when the people realize, they're on that path to hell, they say, oh, wait a minute, maybe some, they're going to get it right, make amends, change their karma and tell people the truth, like, hey, y'all turn around. This is the gate to hell or something, Anyway, thank you for allowing me to talk. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling in, sister. Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. That's what I'm talking about, family. That's what I'm talking about. Sis came in with some heavy information, giving us that that refreshing reminder from the word of God that said, what profit of man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? See? What that's talking about is someone who have gained all of the success of this world. Has gained all the success of this world financially, material wise, all of that type of stuff he's been successful at. But lost his soul because his soul was never fulfilled. The soul was never fulfilled. Well, Brother Cam, why was the soul never fulfilled? Because the true fulfiller of the soul is God himself. See, God is the only one that fills that void, that absence that you have when you haven't been loved, the absence that you have when you go through life's obstacles and you come across different trials and you go through depression and you go into different circumstances and situations that are set up and designed to crush you. See, it's not going to be other people that are there. It's going to be you seeking refuge in Allah, in God. And what he does is he sends people to surround you. He sends people to fulfill what he has for you, right? Because God works through human beings. So he will send other people, but you first have to tap in with the God and you have to speak to him. See? Because that's what's going to cure the soul, is the relationship with the Creator. That's what's going to cure your soul, family. You can have 100 million in the bank, cash. It's not going to cure your soul. You can have all the women you want. It's not going to cure your soul. You can have all the cars. You can have a helicopter and an airplane. It's not going to cure your soul. All the clothes, all the jewelry. It's not going to cure your soul. It's only the relationship with God Almighty which is going to cure your soul. So that's what that scripture is alluding to. And our sister is talking about it because you have a lot of people in the industry, music, movies, comedy, whatever, and they give up the small things in exchange for wealth, money, status, fame. And then they come to realize that none of that stuff matters. None of that stuff even matters, because when you have reached it all and you're sitting in your mansion and you're sitting there with all your money in your account and you sitting there can have anything at your fingertips and you still are not complete. Why? Because it is in the human being's nature to be close to God. See? It's in his nature to be close to God. That's just how you genetically set up. Why? Because the genetic coding is that of God himself, black man and black woman. Within your genetic coding is the God. So when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teach us that we are direct descendants from God himself, that means you have the same DNA as God. You have the same genetic makeup as God. And when you submit your will to do his will, you can have the same mind as God. Talk to me. Because Master Farad Muhammad didn't come to make us into followers. He came to make us into himself. And what is that? A God. So it's real. It's absolutely real. Watching your soul, watching anybody you allow to come in and tap in with your energy, all of that stuff is super key, super important. All right, family. So I think we're going to do a part 2. I appreciate everybody that called in tonight. This is really dope. No, it was kind of last minute. I think tomorrow we can set up a part 2 where we can get some more people to call in when it's not so late, because it's 11:43 on the East Coast. So we want to get it in a little bit earlier so that we'll have some more people be able to chime in and to give their thoughts on what's going on, because this is not something that's just going to go away, right? Kanye is going to be is going to continue to thread the needle and push the needle. We are definitely praying for our brother any way that we can help. Of course, we're going to assist. Excuse me. Because we're not going to allow our black man to be shut out by the enemy and we don't say nothing. We not protect him. We not do everything that we can to help make sure that he good. So we're going to definitely do that. But in the meantime, family, we appreciate you for watching, listening. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Brother King Cam. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Brother King Cam. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram. That's on TikTok. Make sure you tap in, family. All right. And may Allah continue to bless you. And I leave you in the greeting words of peace. And we said in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
You know. Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me. I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say. They see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big. You feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair. You had the advantage. We wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made.